Hello, I am Patricio Ledesma, Director of Clinical Operations at Sopramed. After many years working on the planning, negotiation, and management of clinical trial budgets, there is one question I hear all the time from sponsors. How can I reduce the cost of my clinical trial without compromising quality? The good news is that it is absolutely possible to save money. In my experience, there are 5 strategies that can have a major impact on a study budget while maintaining both data quality and patient safety. Tip number 1, keep the protocol as simple as possible. One of the most common mistakes is creating overly complex protocols. Every additional visit, laboratory assessment, imaging procedure, and study activity adds cost. It also increases the burden on investigators and patients. My recommendation is simple. Ask yourself whether every procedure is truly necessary to answer the study objectives. A simpler protocol usually means fewer protocol deviations, fewer patient dropouts, and more efficient study execution. In other words, unnecessary complexity is one of the biggest enemies of a clinical trial budget. Tip number 2, select the right research sites. Very often, savings do not come from negotiating a few $100s less per patient. Instead, they come from choosing the right sites from the beginning. A hospital with experience in the indication, access to suitable patients, and a committed research team will recruit faster and create fewer operational challenges. On the other hand, opening sites that enroll few or no patients leads to unnecessary spending on startup activities, contracts, monitoring, and administrative management. That's why I always recommend conducting a thorough feasibility assessment before launching the study. Tip number 3, consider countries with more competitive costs. Not all countries have the same cost structure for clinical research. In some regions, investigator fees, patient costs, and operational expenses can be significantly lower than in countries such as the United States, Germany, the UK, or Switzerland. At the same time, many of these countries have highly qualified investigators, excellent hospitals, and access to large patient population at a lower cost. The goal is not to choose the cheapest country. The goal is to find the best balance between cost, quality, recruitment speed, and regulatory requirements. A smart international strategy can significantly reduce the overall budget of a clinical trial. Tip number 4, use cost-effective technology solutions. Technology is essential in modern clinical trials, but that doesn't mean you need the most expensive platforms on the market. I often see studies with technology budgets that are much higher than necessary. My recommendation is to carefully evaluate EDC systems and eTMF solutions to ensure they provide the functionality the study actually needs without paying for features that will never be used. Today, there are many competitive solutions that offer excellent quality, regulatory compliance, and support at a fraction of the cost of some traditional providers. Making the right technology choice can generate substantial savings throughout the life of the study. Tip number 5, plan everything properly from day one. Changes during a clinical trial are extremely expensive. Every protocol amendment, recruitment delay, or regulatory issue can create significant additional costs. That's why I always say that good planning is one of the most powerful cost savings tools available. Invest time in the initial design, develop a realistic timeline, identify potential risks, and establish contingency plans before the study starts. The weeks invested in planning can save months of delays and hundreds of thousands of dollars during study execution. Conclusion. If I had to summarize my recommendations in one sentence, it would be this. Keep the protocol simple. Select the right sites. Leverage countries with more competitive costs. Choose cost-effective technology solutions and plan everything in advance. As someone who has spent a large part of my career developing and managing clinical trial budgets, I have seen these 5 strategies reduce study costs significantly without compromising data quality or patient safety. Because in the end, the goal is not simply to spend less. The real goal is to spend smarter, execute more efficiently, and accelerate the development of new treatments for patients.